Within the Republican Party, top officials are divided on whether to launch any form of governmental agenda ahead of the November midterm elections. With President Joe Biden's favor rating plummeting, one Republican Party, led by Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell, is hoping that pummeling Democrats will be enough to win control of the Senate. Another group, directed by House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy, is developing views to convince Americans that supporting Republicans would better their lives. Welcome back to Next News Hour. If you're new to the channel, tap on the subscription button and press the notification bell. Underneath the opposing approaches of the midterms is a more fundamental dispute about the party's destiny. Donald Trump campaigned for election on the promise of a radical departure from traditional Republican mindset. He challenged the benefits of free trade and advocated for the withdrawal of US soldiers from long-running Middle Eastern conflicts. As Trump's administration came to an end, the party became more of a platform for Trump to voice complaints and penalize opponents. A contender seeking Trump's backing in the Republican primary now has a higher probability by pledging allegiance to him rather than adhering to a set of ideas. For example, in Alaska, Trump backed Republican Governor Mike Dunleavy for re-election if Dunleavy rejected Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski, who decided to vote to indict Trump in the impeachment hearing last year. The party's Trump-centric image is a long cry from the period when Paul Ryan, the former House Speaker, conducted a contender debate in 2016 centered on bringing millions out of poverty. Among other things, the 1994 campaign manifesto claimed to decrease taxes, reduce crime, and implement congressional term limits. It aided in nationalizing the midterm elections, allowing Republicans to control both the House and Senate for the first time in 40 years. As Trump fought for re-election in 2020, the Republican Party did not issue a program outlining Republican goals. Trump was the platform. In the run-up to the midterm elections, McConnell is equally evasive about his caucus's intentions if it retakes the majority. Senate Republican politicians seem to have calculated that whatever plans that they put up may shift eyes away from Biden's problems. The dilemma of what emphasis to place on content versus personal assaults is a recurring one. Democrats, for example, reclaimed the House in the 2018 midterm elections by focusing on healthcare coverage rather than Trump. And rather than following that example, Democrat Terry McAuliffe dropped the Virginia governor's race last year in an effort to make the election a referendum on Trump. So whatever direction the GOP takes, the party will be in good position. Historically, the president's party has fared poorly in midterm elections, and even an ardent Democratic organizer and strategist would tell you that they're expecting a thrashing come November. According to an NBC News poll conducted earlier this month, Americans say that Biden's competence is worse than projected by a 31-point margin, the biggest disparity in the previous 30 years. Many Americans believe that under Biden administration, the country is moving to a wrong direction. Well, we'd like to know your thoughts and responses. Share them in the comments down below, and also share this news and show us support through subscribing to our channel. Stay tuned for the real stuff on Next News Hour.